Hello guys and welcome back to Don't Still Hobbies, and I'm not really into Star Wars. I've only maybe watched the movies. I barely know the character's name. What is his main name? It's Luke Skywalker, right? I believe this one is called the Book of Boba Fett, so the main character's name is Boba, right? That's what I'm gonna go with. You can tell by my background that I am not really a Star Wars fan. Exclude the background, guys. I am not done putting up all of my ships and all of my stuff. There's little lights on it that I got set up and everything else. Today you guys are getting a sneak peek at what my background for most of my YouTube videos is going to look like, which is really cool. I am not officially back yet, but I will be soon, within the next couple of, I'm gonna say within a week. Within the next couple of days, I'm gonna say within a week, I should be officially back making almost daily videos, and you'll see a lot more of my stuff. In fact, I'm going to do a video of just getting a close-up on everything that I have within my background on this shelf. It's gonna be pretty cool. That's gonna be a future video for sure. But for now, in today's video, we are going to be reviewing none other than, yep, that's right, the Book of Boba, Episode 2. So, what can I say about Episode 2? Spoilers, if you guys have not watched the Book of Boba Fett, of course. Episode 1, I gave a 7 out of 10. Episode 2, while I do think it's a better episode than Episode 1, after I calmed down from all my crazy hype, because trust me, this was a far better episode than the last week's episode. And last week's episode was awesome too, so that just shows how big my hype was. I would have given this a 9 out of 10, but after, settling down and really thinking about it, it's a 7 out of 8. It's a 7 out of 10, just like the last episode, and this is a fantastic, an absolutely fantastic show. I'm really enjoying it so far. And I'm not really that big of a Boba Fett fan, I have to be honest with you. Don't get me wrong, Boba Fett is really cool in Episode 5. He's sarlacpit food in Episode 6. I enjoyed what they gave him as a backstory in the original, in the prequels. And I enjoy him mostly. I enjoyed his character during the Clone Wars. That was the best Boba Fett to me, was him during the Clone Wars. And honestly, I think this is a step up. This might be the greatest Boba Fett we've ever had, since probably the expanded universe, and I don't know too much of the expanded universe. I know he survived the Sarlacc pit in the expanded universe and stuff like that, but I don't know too much of him in the expanded universe at all. He's just not one of my faves. He's just not one of my personal faves, but I do think he's a cool character. When I heard they were bringing him back, I was like, no, don't. Let's not have another Palpatine issue, but then they brought him back, and I was like, okay, I want to trust the writers, let's see where this goes. And I was very surprised that they did not mess up. In fact, they turned him into a very good character. And I can't wait to see what else they do with him. Episode 1 was great. And Episode 2 was even better. Let's get to what I actually really want to talk about. The flashback scene, the flashback adventure journey that we had with Boba Fett and the Tusken Raiders. This was pretty awesome. So, the Tusken Raiders has helped Boba Fett somewhat, and he's trying to, pay them back, basically, for their kindness. After he defeated that, actually, it turned out to be a different version of a krayt dragon, so it's the same species, but there's 3 versions of the same species of krayt dragon, which is interesting. I mean, it's like a frog. They're all frogs, but there's different species of frogs. So there's different species of krayt dragon, but they're all krayt dragon. So what he took out was indeed a krayt dragon. One of the most fiercest creatures you could take out. And because of that, the Tusken Raiders paid him respect, and they helped him out. And now he wants to help them out. So, yeah, he goes, and he actually beats up a couple of guys and steals their bikes. He comes back to the Tusken Raiders, and the Tusken Raiders are like, what's this piece of junk? Can I take it apart? Can I, because they are a little bit more primitive. But what I'm really liking is that we are learning a lot more about the Tusken Raider culture in this episode. We really are, and we really are going to learn more in this show, I feel. So, Boba's like, no, I'm going to teach you how to ride. And, yeah, ride it like a bantha! Like a bantha! Oh my god. Cringe! You know what? I'm sorry. That was perfect. Look, I know people are gonna be yelling, cringe, I hate it, I don't like it, I don't want to see stuff like that, I want to just see Boba shoot people. But you know what? I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I just want a good Star Wars. I just want to have fun, free moments that feel like Star Wars. Like, this is Star Wars. This is Star Wars. This is just like The Mandalorian. The Mando with the, Mando defeating Cara Dune, and then, they look to the side and Baby Yoda's just sipping on, some soup. Like, that was hilarious. That's the type of humor that I'm into for Star Wars. And I absolutely loved that moment of humor in this. It came out of nowhere. It was like, what? I loved it. So he trains the Tusken Raiders to ride bikes. They go, speeder bikes, obviously. They go and attack this train. So this train keeps running through their territory, and that's the thing. It's running through Tusken Raider territory. So they eventually decide, let's go get this train. Boba wants to help them to pay them back. Let's go get the train. So they attack the train. They take it down. The train ends up being pikes. It ends up being a pikes train, and the pikes were, traveling great distances through their land, transporting goods, right? And a lot of water, which the Tusken Raiders obviously need. They need water. So it was fantastic to see Boba and the team defeat the Pikes. The Pikes thought that the Tusken Raiders, they weren't all there, and maybe they're a little right, but they're a lot less primitive than you think. They're not cavemen, they're Tusken Raiders. And I like that. I like learning more about the Tusken Raiders. And they defeat the Pikes. And Boba basically says, hey, if you want to travel through this land, you gotta pay the Tusken Raiders. And that's the deal they made. Now they gotta walk through the sands. And let me tell you, it's dangerous through the sand, especially for Pikes. They need water, and they don't have any. So, hopefully, they were able to survive and get to where they're going. But what's interesting about bringing up the Pikes, dude, the Pikes were a part of the Crimson Dawn, a criminal syndicate under Darth Maul, or at least at one time was working for Darth Maul, an underground criminal syndicate working for Darth Maul. Dude, the Crimson Dawn is in the show. The Crimson Dawn we know we're actually getting a lot more of the Crimson Dawn in recent stuff coming from Disney, and I'm all for it. I want to learn more about the Crimson Dawn. I want to learn more about Darth Maul's involvement in the Crimson Dawn, and then, what happened to the Crimson Dawn after Darth Maul disappeared, which we know he disappeared and he ended up on Malachor. And then he goes off and dies from Obi-Wan on Tatooine. You know what's funny about that? We're talking about the same darn planet. The Crimson Dawn are here. The Crimson Dawn are here. There was even some of the Crimson Dawn mark in this episode. Some of the Pikes were wearing it. So that means that the Crimson Dawn is in the show, and I can't wait to learn more. I can't wait to see more of the Crimson Dawn show up. What do you guys think? Are we going to get more of the Crimson Dawn? Do you want to see more of the Crimson Dawn? I really, really do. Okay, and then we get to the weirdest part of the episode. Let's face it. Yeah, Boba takes a lizard up the nose. Okay, so I thought when they said, okay, let this lizard guide you, I thought it was going to be like, okay, he's going to be following where this lizard goes for the rest of his days until he gets his armor back. I thought that's the way they were going to do that. And they might still do that. But no, the lizard goes up his nose. He gets basically like a vision, like a really bad headache. And it shows him to a tree. He goes to the tree, he gets the wood from the tree, and they make Gaffney sticks out of the tree wood. That's how he gets his awesome Gaffney stick, and then he becomes literally a part of the Tusken Raider tribe. That's fantastic to see the Tusken Raider culture, and how they built their sticks and everything. That was just really interesting. It was weird. It was weird, and when I first saw it, I didn't know what to think about it, and I still don't know what to think about it. It was cool, but man, it was weird. Was I expecting that in the Boba Fett show? No. No, I don't think anyone was expecting that. And I can understand if somebody saw this episode and was like, no, this isn't Boba Fett, I'm done. I can understand if someone's like that, but I'm just here for the ride, and I found it interesting. I'm alright with it. I'm ready for more weirdness, bring it on. I'm ready for more weirdness, bring it on. I want to see more of their culture, so it's really interesting to me, and we'll see how I feel at the end of the series, if I really, really love it, if I go back and watch this. I think I am. I honestly think that this is an episode I'm gonna go back and watch quite a few times because of that lizard moment. That was just really weird to me, but interesting, very interesting. It's part of their culture. Interesting. It's really interesting. I really enjoyed the Tusken Raider culture in this episode. Now, moving on from that, okay, we go from the very beginning that I didn't talk about in this episode, and I really don't have much to talk about because they meet the mayor. They're trying to find the guys that attacked Boba. They found them out. They got rid of them and everything else, and something is going fishy in the land of Tatooine. You know, there's not much to say about the beginning. There really wasn't much story progression when it comes to that storyline of what he did after he took the throne of Boba Fett. We don't have much of that story yet. I'm sure there's gonna be more in the coming episodes, but dude, the flashbacks, the story about what happened between him getting out of the sarlacpit and when we meet him in Mando, I think is really interesting, and I'm not even that big of a Boba Fett fan, and I'm really enjoying it. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and I am out. Bye.